Okay, we're going to shoot over here to the heart line. The heart line is the horizontal line at the top of the palm. It's just below the fingers and tells us about your emotional state and the physical health of your heart. And you have a straight heart line, which means you're tough emotionally. You hold your cards kind of close to your chest. You don't put up with other people's games and shenanigans. You say what you mean and mean what you say. Now, your heart line also reflects the health of your heart. You want a nice, clean, consistent line without breaks or little islands on it. If you have these markings, that can indicate a little bit of stress on that heart. And as we take a look at that heart line, as far as heart health goes, your heart line actually looks really good. It goes along nice and consistent. You don't see any great big breaks or big islands in there. You do have a little tiny bit of islanding there. Looks like probably in your late 40s, early 50s. Just a little tiny bit. And then you have what we call stress triangles underneath. And these little triangles, they indicate a little bit of stress on that heart. But we'll look on that spine line in just a minute here and see if that's not a contributing factor. But for the most part, it's a nice, consistent heart line. Now, I'll tell you how to double check that line if there's anything serious. You want to look at the edge of your fingernails. And if you have any kind of a steep roundness to them, or what we call clubbing, especially if they grow over the end of the fingertip, then you want to look at the nail beds. There should be a nice pink color underneath that nail bed. You don't want any kind of blue or bluish tinge. Because if you do have kind of a bluish tinge to that, it means you're not getting the blood flow or the oxygen to the extremities. It means that your heart's actually working a lot harder than it should be. And if you have any of these indicators, you probably want to get a hold of your doctor and have them take a look at your heart. Alright, moving on to the sixth sense. The sixth sense is your intuition. It shows up as a nice little mound just under that index or that Jupiter finger on the right hand, and you want to see that nice little fat pad there. It's called the Mount of Jupiter. And as we take a look at your Mount of Jupiter, you've actually got a very robust mount there. And this is a good indicator of a strong intuition, a strong sixth sense. So you always want to go with that first gut feeling, that first inclination. It'll never steer you wrong. Let me tell you how to use or develop that intuition. Whenever you have a problem that seems difficult to solve, find a nice quiet room in the house, one without distractions, and sit down, turn off the lights, relax and quiet your mind. And when you're nice and calm, ask out loud for a solution to your problem. Then put it down and out of your mind and walk away for about probably 30 minutes and let your intuition and your subconscious work on that answer. And when you come back to it, you should have an answer. Listen to the small promptings, the still small voice in the back of your mind, and you should receive an answer fairly quickly. And this actually works really well at night. If you do this just before you go to sleep and let that subconscious mind kind of work on that overnight, you'll find that when you wake, you have a good answer to your problem.